I'm Dylan, and welcome to Twisted Rich Garage. What's up, guys, and thanks for joining me on another episode of Twisted Wrench Garage. We're back out here again working on my buddy Ben's 1984 W150 with the 5.9 360 four-wheel drive. So we last episode you guys got to see us fire this old girl up for the first time in what, 17 years? Pretty good. There's a really gross under the hood. We were able to get that clean. Actually out here today, I'm actually brought some degreaser. I'm going to spray down underneath the hood, and then I'm going to power wash it with a little hand power washer that we've got here at the shop. It's not a super strong one, so I'm actually kind of curious to see how well it's going to do. It's like a Works brand, so I'm interested to see how well it does. But little update for parts list. As you guys can tell, the trunk of my car is completely full of parts. So we've got a lot of stuff in so far to get taken care of on this truck. He's got a lot of stuff going on with it, so pretty exciting. We've also got a radiator back here in the back seat that we're going to change out. All new hoses on the radiator hoses, and we got new 5/8 heater hoses and new fuel line, etc. So new brakes, new pads, new rotors. There's all kinds of stuff in there that we're going to get taken care of. Not necessarily all today, but we're going to get it taken care of for Ben to get this truck all back up and going on the road so he can daily drive this old girl. So let me get you guys in a position. We'll start getting this sprayed down with a degreaser, and we'll start getting it washed. All right, we just got some super purple in the spray bottle. We're going to spray down this whole engine bay, try to get her soaking. Open it up a little bit, get a little bit of a jet, I think. There we go. Oh, I'm leaking. Spray down all these fender wells. Just trying to clean up what we got all dirty that day that we were working on it. We got some Marble Mystery Oil pretty much all over this stuff. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull this breather off. I'm going to put some Walmart bags over that, over the carburetor as well as the distributor. So let me get that taken care of real quick, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, guys, we got a Dollar General bag, Walmart bag, all covering the distributor cap around where it meets and the carburetor itself. I'm just going to continue spraying this degreaser on here. We're just gonna go ahead and use up this whole bottle on here. That's all I brought with me, so it's gonna have to work. We'll get it as best we can. We're just really trying to get rid of a lot of this mouse urine and feces. Alright. Just using a little handheld power washer. We got that all power washed. I'm all nice and wet. That little handheld power washer had a little bit of a leak, but we did get underneath here relatively cleaned, better than it was. So now we won't have to deal with as much, you know, nastiness when it comes to when we start working on this thing, like actually changing stuff out. Obviously, it needs some time to dry, but definitely looks better. That little power washer actually had a little bit more power than I was expecting. You can see where it took some of the paint off of the valve covers. And then you can see down in here we got that relatively cleaned. Not much I can do about the surface rust right now, but we got a lot of that cleaned up. So let's let this dry, and then we can start getting to work on hooking up the tank to the gas, or hooking up the tank to the engine, and seeing if we can get this thing idling longer than what we did just off of running it off the bottle. Show you guys a little bit of some of what came out of it. It's nice and gross. It's a lot of feces down there, a lot of dirt and nastiness. Pretty nasty. All right, first thing I want to change is this fuel pump. I was able to clean off the some of the gunk off of one of the bolts. It should be a 9/16. So let's see if I can get this in there and get it out. That one's coming free pretty easily. There's one more holding it. See if we can get that other bolt now. That one's pretty caked to stuff too. See if I can get it cleaned up a little bit. Fuel pump should be free now, so I'm gonna get down there and grab it. Should come right off, unless I didn't get the bolts out all the way. There's one. Yeah, it looks like that other side isn't out all the way, or this side isn't out all the way. Don't roll off. There we go, now it's free. Let that sit there so I can go underneath and grab it. I don't want to knock you guys down. Come up for there. There we go. All right, we got the fuel pump out. Let's take a look at it. All right, as you can tell, this one is nasty. I can tell that the valve cover gaskets have been leaking on this old girl for a minute now. And it's been leaking right on this, right all over the transmission. So we're gonna get those changed as well, since we got new valve cover gaskets and covers. So let's get this replaced, let's get the new one in. I actually threw that other pump away and didn't pull off this line. I forgot that you don't get this with the new fuel pump. They send you this with the gaskets, and then you have to move this line over from your old pump over to the new one. I just, like I said, I cleaned it up, made it look nice again, and we'll throw this on here. Do I have any thread tape? I do. I'm gonna throw some thread tape on this. It's not necessarily thread, like thread tape that's made for fuel, but it should be fine. I've been using this stuff for years. Eventually, I would like to get some of that blue thread tape. It's meant for like all kinds of different fluids and stuff. Because then I can use it on whatever I want to use it on. Not have to worry about it. But, like I said, this will do the trick. Just gonna throw a couple of layers of this thread tape on here. And we'll throw her together. Good enough. Get in there, darn you. Alright, now let's put this on here. It's a 1/2 inch, guys. Put this on here. Tighten it up. Alright, there we go. It's all installed. Now let's get this on the truck. All right, time for the new one to go in. Clean our bolts up. Let's get underneath there and get this in here. Ow! Hit my knee. I see some gunk in there. I want to get that out. Some nasty stuff. now that it's clean enough for us to put the new one on. Now let's put the new one on. Where's my bolts go? There's that. I set them down there. Let's get our bolts. Let's get this one started.
One eternity later.
Oh man, I knocked you guys out of the way. Now you guys should be able to see. Dang it. Let's see if I can get my other one in there started. Yeah, definitely easier to see it from down here. As long as I don't hit myself in the face with it. Oh, come on now. Should be in the right spot. Let's get up top. There we go. Got them both started. Now it's just time to tighten them up. Alright. We got that one snug. Get this other one snug, then we'll actually tighten them down. Alright. There we go. Fuel pump is in. Alright guys, I don't know if you guys remember what was right here, but I went ahead and deleted the smog pump. I just wanted to go over with you what you guys need to pull off to get that out. There's going to be two bolts right here that are part of the water pump that hold the bracket that hold it. You'll need to pull off one that bolts into the back of the smog pump here, and then that whole bracket will come out. And then like me, I went ahead and I disconnected this one here because this is where they were using the ground originally. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back to where it was, because I'm not going to use that as my ground, because that actually goes to our intake. That holds our spring for our kickback. So we'll put that back on. And I also have a new ground I'm going to put in, which is going to bolt in right there where the old smog pump, or where the old ground went, sorry. Alright, time to pull these valve covers off. We'll go ahead and put the new ones on. with the new gaskets. Go ahead and get that out of the way. You know, these weren't very tight either, so no wonder they were leaking. Sometimes these thread into their spacers or their little washers, so you gotta throw them back down every once in a while. There we go. Same thing with this one. It's pretty obnoxious. Good wire. I'll need to brush those off before I put them in there again. Comfortable position. Maybe no extension on this one. Dirt on that thing. Oh, that's gross. Alright. There's one more. I think that one's all the way out. See if we can get this cover off now. Almost. Yeah, okay, so it is loose. That pipe is actually in my way. This one here. Get that out of there. Oh man. It's been a while since this had an oil change. Wow. Okay. Look at all that. You can tell it hasn't had an oil change in a while. Here's that driver's side with the valve cover off. It's not super dirty, but it's not super clean either, so Definitely glad we're going to be able to get this truck back on the road so we can start getting it regularly maintained, because this poor girl, she has been neglected. Alright, we got it all cleaned up best we can. We're going to put our new gasket on. There we go. Actually, sorry. I'm going to put it on the cover first. I forgot. These have these little tabs here. Line it up. And I told Ben to go with these cork gaskets. I just like these cork gaskets way better. They seal better and they last longer, in my opinion. But to each his own. Whatever you guys like, you guys can use. And now that we've got our gasket on there, it'll stay while we position it on the engine. Tightening them for now. Bonus spot. This one's going to be a little harder to get back to. Okay, that one started. We should need to get this one back out of here that we dropped. It's in between the smog pipe and the valve cover. This one is probably the harder one to get in because of this location. I dropped it again. Didn't line it up. Come on now. Play nice. I think I got it. Ratchet, and you want to tighten. When you tighten these down, you want to get them all hand tight to where they're meeting the surface. And that back one. all basically hand tight. We're gonna tighten them from the center bottom one. So we're gonna work our way out. Tighten them because they're just steel, so they will flex a bit. A little crisscross action here. Check these other ones real quick, make sure they didn't loose while these ones are tightening. Kind of the same thing as the transmission pan. You want to go kind of from the center out and just kind of tightening them a little as you go. And you don't need to be like cranking down so tight yet. Break your elbow or anything, but they just need to be tight enough to seal. Back to this last one I'm going to touch up. Alright, that's in. So I've got a new PVC pipe that we're putting in over here, so I'll grab that and throw it in real quick. Gotta grab the little bushing that goes, or the little grommet that goes in the valve cover. So, this could probably be shortened quite a bit. Let me grab some cutters. I'm going to shorten it. Right there. Over to the other side, we'll get going on that. Alright, passenger side time. This over here, get it out of the way. I'll end up having to replace that hose. we need to get these lines out of here because they're not going with us. And I think I'm going to pull this little bracket off here because we're not using it anymore. So let's go ahead and pull that off. Get it out of my way. Now all that should be out of the way. Out of the way. And the verdict on this one, just as bad as the other side, but not as bad. Stuff. This side wasn't nearly as bad as the other side. So, just gotta wipe our mating surface off. We can start putting this other on. Get this all put back together. All right, we got our gasket all pre-installed. Got a breather cap installed as well to match. So let's drop this nail in here. I didn't clean my bolts off. Dang it. I forgot something. All right. Got my bolts, and I'm ready to actually install them now. Just take a wire brush to them, hold them in a pair of pliers, that's all I'm doing. Just cleaning the outside of them up and the threads, just to make sure they go in nice and easy. To move it around just a hair. Got it lined up. Alright, just as before, working from the center, bottom one, and we're going to work our way around. So, that one. And that one. Snug down. There we go. We're all installed. So we'll put these back over here. And probably what I'll end up doing is I'm making these a little bit longer so we can show these off a little bit better. But there we go. Get our breather on, and then we can get a kind of an idea of what this girl's going to look like with this on, because I'm sure he's going to want to paint the intake manifold or get an aluminum one or something. Clean our stuff up here. Alright, let's go grab that breather and let's get that on. Oh, gasket. Now get on there. Gotta get up in here every time I want to do something. It's so tall. There we go. Man, that looks good. All right, let me get you guys in the handheld and I'll give you guys a better look around this thing with this all put together. All right, we got all that put on. That's it for today. We got the new fuel pump on. We got the new fuel lines. We still need to put that fuel filter down in there for the fuel return. We'll grab one of those. We got new valve cover gaskets and valve covers on. It's looking a lot better. I think he's made talk of actually grabbing some headers for this thing too. You can see how dirty this thing was. It was pretty gross. I got it as clean as I could. We did also delete that smog pump, so we'll need to plug that off at some point. So let's take a look at what those valve covers look like that we pulled off. Man, look at that. That was the driver's side right there, and then the passenger side. Very gross. From what my buddy told me, he said he every time he sees someone use a lot of Pennzoil in their vehicle, this is what he sees. I mean, I don't personally myself use Pennzoil, and I don't know for sure if that's what's causing it, but that right there is nasty. But we were able to clean out the top of the heads a little bit, best I can. Blew them out with an air compressor. Got a majority of that stuff out of there, so we were able to get the new gaskets and new valve covers on. Well, that fell. But that's it for today. We'll be back out here tomorrow to continue putting some more new parts on this. We got new cooling system parts and new front brake parts, as well as some brake lines to throw in as well. We got some newer headlights to throw in, new tail lights. We still need to get the grill surround on and make some modifications to the center section, because I did notice the bottom of the center section on that grill is a little bit floppy. We also have new tail lights to throw in as well. So we will catch you guys tomorrow.